right, we are here today on the Upper Humber River, and we're going to do a fly fishing float trip. So we're going to start up here, work our way down through a couple of pools, stop along the way, maybe for a little lunch.
We'll definitely stop for lunch if it's not too hot, and really looking forward to trying a few new pools that probably no one has fished, so it should be exciting because there are some prominent pools that people walk to and fish, but there's a lot of water that no one really explores. So with the raft and the float today, we're going to be able to actually get to check those out and see if there's any fish around, and it should be exciting.
Yeah, in Newfoundland there's a lot of areas that the river goes through, but they're really hard to access from the road and from trails, so this will open up a lot of new water for us. I am really excited.
I'm excited too. We had a little rain yesterday, which freshened things up. Actually, the water is rising as we speak. So hopefully, if there's a few fish around, that will get them a little bit more active, and we should have some fun.
Yeah, and it's our first real float with this raft, so I'm kind of excited to see how it works. And
yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I know I've rowed it, and it rows like a dream, so I'm really excited to get in and see how this all turns out.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So stay tuned.
Here goes. So we're changing up a little bit of our leader, because we've been fishing some on the lower Humber for the last little while, and with some heavier lines.
I'm bringing you down to 6-pound test. We're going to be throwing smaller flies, and so I want to get as light as possible. I'm not sure it's going to work with you with the way you hold fish.
It's just a mindset.
Hopefully,
I got this today.
Hopefully it'll work out okay. We'll start with chameleon, and if that doesn't do the trick, we may go to fluorocarbon. The fish will tell us.
Yeah, and we're using I'm using a 6-weight rod. I think it's a 9'6" 6 weight.
Yep.
The Ren rod, which is the newer model.
It's absolutely a dream to cast and to fish. I'm gonna put on one of these little ones for you now.
Like a little green machine or something.
Yeah, do you want to go wet right off the get-go?
No, actually I don't.
No,
I
so
think
let's
it'll
go
be
with
really
one of these little.
Oh yeah. I said I'm ready, but I don't know if I am. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put this guy in.
Alrighty. All aboard who's getting aboard. What?
Because the fish aren't going to know what's coming. Having all these rivers and opportunities to fish right in our own backyard is amazing. We consider ourselves truly blessed, and we are so happy to be able to share these experiences with you. Dry fly fishing for Atlantic salmon is what dreams are made of. Believing and knowing that a salmon could come up and grab your fly at any second makes every cast exciting from start to finish. This added drift really helps with the dead drifting of the dry fly.
Fish that below us there, huh?
We are proud to partner with Marble Mountain, offering 4 seasons of off-water activities. You can find them at skimarble.com. It is the last week of the season. We're usually fishing on other rivers this time of year. So even though we know it's going to be tough fishing conditions today, we want to explore this part of the river one more time before the season ends. Super fishy right there. Come on, fish. I know you gotta be here on this nice rock.
Look, they should hold fish. If you see rocks, you gotta let me know.
Oh, right, rock.
Where?
Right under us.
I thought about one step we'll actually hang up on.
I thought we were gonna actually hang on that one. And if you see fish, will you let me know?
Yep.
Okay. You got yourself a deal.
Around the corner here now is the flats. So we'll probably all just drop the anchor there and we'll fish there a little bit. Because that usually got some fish.
Are we just gonna go for it? Yep, I actually thought that it would be a harder change to go from the 9-foot to the 9'6", and it's a different model rod. It's not. It's very nice. I like them both. I think I might actually like this one better than the 9-foot. One rise. Not enough sign of fish to stick around. With so much water to explore, we've decided to get back on the raft and keep on moving downriver. This show was proudly sponsored by Outdoor Pros. For all your hunting and fishing needs, check out their website, outdoorpros.ca. This day has been the most fun that I have ever had on the water, and we've only seen one fish. It just goes to show how much the adventure has a play on your experience on the water. I actually feel like I am a kid again. Coffee first. This is much needed now before I start to cook. Okay, I'm making some moose stew. It's got a little bit of salt and pepper on it already, but I'm just going to season it up a bit more. Just on the side of the river, on the upper Humber, and Terry's out fishing still. But I'm starving as usual. So what I'm going to do is sear up some of that moose in a little bit of olive oil. We're just looking for that nice sear on the outside of the meat. Oh, it smells good already. We're lucky there's no one else around here today. Smell of food always gets people over. Now I'm just going to cut up an onion and throw that in. And then I'm going to cut up my garlic. I'm going to put that in the pan with the onions. This is tomato paste. Oops. Just a spoonful of tomato paste. And I'm going to stir that in, cook it for another minute. Now I'm going to add some wine. This is a Canadian Pinot. off the alcohol. And then I'm scraping all those little bits where I was inattentive and let it burn on the bottom of the pan. Okay, and then I've got some beef stock. So I'm going to throw the rest of that in too, since I put all that flour in. Here we go, fish on. This is good news. I'll just hold it like this.
Little male. It took hard, but that's about the biggest part of it. Little male.
A little wet fly.
A little wet fly. Wow, he's been in the river a long time.
Yeah, so his colors are all starting to darken up.
It's like he's absorbing his scales
Wow.
for energy.
Wow, he's ready to go.
Good job.
Oh, and the sun is out.
Time for you to go catch one.
I'm making stew.
Priority.
Now I'm just going to let that simmer for a little while. It's kind of boil down and the meat's going to get nice and tender. And with moose it doesn't take that long because it's a nice lean meat and it's super tender anyways. Okay, so the stew is still simmering away there, and I'm just going to chop up some carrots, some potatoes, and put those in. And I cook until they're tender, and then it should be good to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hot.
It's probably a bit warm, yeah. Special thanks to our partner, Colemans.ca, feeding families in Newfoundland and Labrador since 1934. If you want to know more about fly fishing in Newfoundland and Labrador, head on over to our website, tightloopstightlines.com. We've added these rafting trips to our guiding experiences for the upcoming season. It's incredible to be able to reach these secluded places and take advantage of the raw beauty that Newfoundland and Labrador has to offer. If you are planning a trip to our province, be sure to visit gowesternnewfoundland.com and newfoundlandandlabrador.com. You'll find a whole host of planning tools, from accommodations to restaurants to guided tours like this. I wish everybody could experience this. Like, get the heat from the sun on my face, and then the sound of the water and the smell of the forest, and it's where I feel the most whole. There's a few fish moving now, but showing no interest, we change up to smaller flies and see results right away. The fish are not taking well. We've only gotten one to the net, but at least we're getting hookups now. Fish in the fall are really cool. It's like he doesn't even know he's hooked. He knows he's hooked now. Come on! I lost him. That's okay. This one looks fresher. We'll use the fresh fly. So I'm just changing my fly again. Time when the fishing is tough, you kind of pull out make all the little different changes. So change your fly, smaller, bigger, that sort of thing. Just dark flies, light flies. See if you can stir up some sort of attention in the water. And today we're using, we've got nom rods. I'm using a 6 weight and it's a 9'6" in length. And Terry's using a 7 weight. I think it's a 9'9", and we're kind of switching as the day goes on because it's always a nice change, especially when if there's a little bit of wind coming through. I like to go up to the 7 weight rod. We've got floating lines on, and I think I've got about 10 feet of leader, and it's 10-pound test, 8-pound, and down to 6-pound, just because of the time of year, just going a little bit lighter on the line. On the leader, and then if it's not working, we can go down to fluorocarbon just to see if that will work as well. But yeah, it's always you change your leader as the time of year goes on, and that's always good. But the float lines that's all we use when we're fly fishing for Atlantic salmon here in Newfoundland. So after I change the fly, I'm just starting with maybe 4 feet of line outside the tip of my rod, and starting over and working my way down through the section of water again. And I'm just adding, at the end of every cast, I'm adding 6 inches and or a foot, like depending on how much time you have to work your way down through a section of water, but just a little bit at a time and letting it swing through. Because this time of year, the fish are not really moving in this section of the river, at least, and they're just kind of sitting there. So you basically have to swing the fly right in front of their nose for them to notice it and hope for that little strike.
We gotta go. Come down through those rapids in the dark won't be fun.
You don't look at me, girl.
Awesome. Sunset. Oh, you mean where the rafts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't looking. This is a big box. What idea was this? Brilliant.
Cool, yeah, I didn't see that big rock. I don't have my glasses on either.
Okay, That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
Fishing was slow until the end there.
It was.
There was actually a lot of fishing up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we had to get there earlier, I think we could have had a lot of fun.
I think so. So we just floated a section of the Upper Humber, came down over a couple little rapids. We stopped at a few pools to fish, stopped at a little island and cooked supper. And
it was pretty awesome.
yeah, some moose stew.
And hooked 2 or 3 fish in the boot, so it was all a great day.
It was really good. It was a lot of fun.
We're definitely going to do more. That was a lot of fun.
It was action-packed, that's for sure, especially the falls there at the end. For this episode, we are proud to partner with Coleman's Grocery, colemans.ca, Marble Mountain, skimarble.com, and Outdoor Pros, outdoorpros.ca.